The lawyer's voice cracked on the last word. What exactly, he said, slower now, did you mean? Pause. That was the moment I knew they were finally listening. I was sitting in my car, for levels underground, engine cold, radio off. Concrete everywhere. No echoes. No distractions. Just clarity. I caught my reflection in the rearview mirror. 13 years had left marks on my face, but not from age. From control. From restraint. I meant exactly what it says, I replied. Silence. Papers sliding. Someone swallowing too loudly. 5 days earlier, my wife's sister leaned forward across a glass table and smiled without warmth. Turn in your resignation, she said, calm as a knife. Or we'll terminate you. She didn't threaten. She didn't need to. The board was pre-aligned. HR had drafts ready. My badge access was already blinking yellow. I thanked her for the opportunity. That night, at 11:57 p.m., I typed my resignation myself. One sentence. Precise. Sent. They thought it was over. Back on the call, the lawyer cleared his throat. I believe, he said carefully, there may have been a misunderstanding. I smiled. Not from joy, but because misunderstandings are where leverage hides. I'd built the company's backbone. No title ever reflected that. Titles are decoration. Access is power. 13 years of fixing problems before they became visible. Cleaning disasters no one else even knew existed. Watching my wife's family turn a fragile startup into a polished empire and slowly forget who held it together. The betrayal wasn't surprising. The timing was. They waited until the quarter closed. Until audits passed. Until my name disappeared from anything critical. They thought I was exhausted. They thought loyalty meant dependence. At home, my wife didn't ask questions. She already knew. Her sister had translated it into their shared language: strategy, necessity, growth. You'll be fine, she said, avoiding my eyes. I nodded. I always nod. But that night, I opened old folders. Not secrets, records. Approval chains. Emergency authorizations. Emails that started with, "Can you just handle this?" and ended with my signature because no one else had clearance. Trust leaves trails. I didn't steal files. I didn't forward anything. I requested documents properly. Compliance channels. Audit logs. The slow systems no one watches because they look boring. Then I reread contracts I'd helped write years ago. The parts people skim. Definitions buried deep. One phrase kept showing up. Full settlement. It wasn't decoration. It was load-bearing. Deferred bonuses. Unvested equity. Profit shares tied to unresolved contingencies. Contingencies I alone had been managing because no one else wanted the risk. I didn't follow up on my resignation. No exit interview. No goodbye tour. I kept working. I closed tickets. Finished handoffs. Left notes so clean they looked generous. On my final day, the CFO shook my hand too firmly. Good luck, he said. You'll land somewhere great. I smiled. I already had. That weekend, systems didn't fail. They hesitated. Questions surfaced. Decisions stalled. Monday passed. Tuesday too. By Wednesday, someone reread my sentence, slowly. The lawyer called Thursday morning. Your resignation says it's effective upon full settlement, he said. We assumed that meant final payroll. No, I replied. It means full settlement as defined in Section 9.4, subsection C. Pages flipped. I heard his breathing change. That includes deferred compensation, unresolved incentives, and contingent offsets, he read. Some of these go back years. Yes, I said. Because no one else wanted responsibility. Another voice joined the call. The CFO. Too close to the mic. That number can't be accurate, he said. It's audited, I replied. By your firm. Signed by you. Silence. Long, heavy. So, I continued. My resignation hasn't taken effect yet. The CFO exhaled. Then you're still employed? Yes. And still authorized. I said, until settlement. They offered talks. I declined. They offered partial payment. I declined. They proposed restructuring. I sent their own contracts back, highlighted. By Friday, the board held an emergency meeting without my wife's sister present. Optics matter when control slips. She called me that night. First time in years. You planned this, she said. Yes. You're destroying everything. I checked the time. Let her breathe. No, I said. I'm completing my role. By Monday, the settlement cleared, every dollar, plus interest. I sent one last email. Resignation effective immediately. Then I shut the laptop. The house feels different now. Not brighter. Quieter. My wife doesn't ask how much. She doesn't apologize. Some families don't know how to speak once leverage changes. I don't explain, because in 13 years, I learned what they never did. Power doesn't come from titles. It comes from knowing exactly when to stop talking and when to let a sentence finish the work for you.